shout it out here. We shout it out here. We shout it all out. These are the things we can do without. Come on. I have hydrated.
Are you talking to me? To go with that song.
So, hello everyone. I'm AD Swinger, also known as Corbinian, and this is another episode of the Electro Metropolis video game tour, and we are playing Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon. And let us get right into our poem of the day. The week of the day. Yes, daily poems. That's what I'm going to be doing. Do it. There. In the labyrinth's heart, where shadows dwell, whispers guide, where tales do swell. Red cries out a warning clear, but the call of darkness too near. Do not turn back, yet must you heed. Listen to the red in dire need. Ignore the darkness, its siren song, for thy mirror reflects where truth belongs. In twisted halls by shadows led, radiance deceives where paths do spread. In darkness vulnerable we tread, yet everything has a soul, it said. Do not turn back, yet must you heed. Listen to the red in dire need. Ignore the darkness, its siren song, for thy mirror reflects where truth belongs. Wanting to believe in what we see, desperate for truth to set us free. The group of you stepped through through the mirror and saw yourselves together one by one go through, and your own reflections vanish as you approached it. And you find yourselves drifting through that dark, moving forward. And without any real warning, you notice that all of your reflections, you seem to be walking, your reflections seem to be walking, like if you look over your shoulder, you can see it's walking away from you. Like if you're walking this way, they're walking that way. But one reflection turns suddenly and grabs hold of Zevin and says, "Don't go! You can't go!" And Zevin starts trying to throw this person off, and then yanked into the darkness.
Oh.
That was disconcerting.
Not to belabor the obvious, but I believe Seven had the light.
Yeah, the light vanishes into the darkness with her, yet you can see each other.
I start fishing around in my backpack for one. See if I can find one in mine.
The glove that let us get in here?
Yeah, hers was the glove that let you in here. For Aether, you may spend 2 inventory points to pull out a magical torch.
Okay. I spend the points and draw 1 forth. Yeah. Go to equipment and spend 2 inventory points. Where do I spend the inventory points at? I've never done this.
It's on your stats.
It's on your stats.
Oh, thank you. Inventory. Okay. I hadn't spent any before, so that would leave me a 4 of 6.
Yep.
Done.
I am hoping that we do not need the glove to leave again,
I'll just shrug.
but I suppose that is a problem that we will face in the future.
I shrug with my ears and my hands.
Brinius and Vivius kind of look around a little bit. Weapons drawn at this point a little, and kind of looking to see if anything starts running at you, and then they seem to relax when nothing does seem to charge out from the darkness. But their weapons are still ready to defend Lucius, if nothing else. They're on edge. Oh, sorry. Before we move forward, Lucius, did we already roll for those two?
Oh, right. Hang on. I have a 1 in 2 chance of them being in good shape. Hey, they're down to 0.
Huzzah.
So they're
Ready for anything.
ready for anything, because I didn't like, the thing is, I haven't like used them at all in the last couple games.
Yeah. In darkness you stand, stretching in all directions.
Wonderful.
Can I ask
It
about
is.
other features of the environment, such as the temperature, if there's a wind, any smells, or anything unusual we might detect, any of us?
I would say the temperature is cool but not cold. The air smells very faintly, primarily of the group of you, as if there's nothing else to smell, so your smells stand out among everything else. The ground beneath your feet feels smooth, with no debris or texture. But it's almost like, even before you pulled out the torch, before the torch, I'll describe before and after. Before the torch, you could see each other still, quite clearly. With the torch, you notice that there is a certain level of texture to the floor. Well, texture pattern, I should say. It's still smooth, right, but there's this weird pattern that's working across. That's how you kind of know it's the ground rather than just darkness.
Right. So it's kind of like marble. It looks like it's textured, but it feels completely
right. And everyone comes a bit more to color when you bring light to them. Like without it, you were kind of it was almost like you turned the saturation down on everyone. Everyone's vibrancy went down, but with the light, with the magic torch, you're lit up in full color. Well, okay. Even Eckerd, as much as he's mostly dressed in black, it's like, well, there's still like hints of gray and silver and stuff like that, you know.
So there's no walls of any kind.
It's like you're on a great plain. Though I will call for an insight roll as part of it. Insight plus something. To notice something on the horizon.
Insight, if that's all right, yeah. Double insight for me.
Works for me. Oh, that's why I need it.
Do I add anything to this?
+1, because you do have the magic torch in your hand. Okay. Makes it easier to see things even at a distance.
Just add it, man. Oh, there it is. Pops up.
There we go. That's what I was.
Wow, that is a terrible, terrible roll on 2d10. I would like to use my one and only point to re-roll that.
To what trait?
I was going to use burn my Fabula point.
No, you have to have a trait in.
Oh, okay, a trait. Then that would be my my curious creature trait.
Yep, I'll take it. Like.
that's much better.
12. You can see what appears to be a hint of red off that way. Like you're looking on the horizon and it's like darkness, 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 black, darkness, darkness, darkness. Like it looks very featureless, and then there's that color change where there's redness in that direction. In this direction, with the magical light and you peering very carefully into the dark, there is a horizon you can detect of some kind. There is a floor and sky. It's just the sky is way more featureless than the floor is. But then you notice that the sky and the floor seem to, far off in that way, seem to become the same. They both become the same level of featurelessness.
Okay.
The marbling
Well,
fades, I suppose is the way to put it.
I'd like to hold the torch behind me for a moment so I can look more to the east, northeast, to really make sure that I'm not imagining it or getting a glare from the light.
Yeah, you move the fire and
then I'll move that direction and say, I think there's something this way, everyone. And point it out to them and call out the red line.
Once it's
Faint red
pointed
line in
out.
the distance.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wonder what
something.
that is.
I'm going to hike that direction if everyone would like to come along. I don't know. I mean, it's a direction to go.
I mean, it's the only place that isn't void, so it's worth a look.
Sure.
Seems a good plan as any.
All right.
Also, we have lost Lucius.
Oh, he'll be right back in a second.
Oh, okay. My Discord wasn't up.
Oh, that's.
While we're waiting for Lucius to get his rig back together, and we're walking along, I would like to sort of hang back and let whoever else would like to take the lead walk in front of me, whoever that might be, if anyone would or not.
I can go in front.
Makes sense.
But I'll be in second place holding up the light, you know.
Yes.
And I'll say to whoever's nearby as I kind of come back into the group a bit, I'm worried about Seven, but I don't think that her double actually wants to harm her. She seemed more afraid for her.
Yes, if anything, I think we should worry more about ourselves because of what just happened.
I almost want to say I even had that impression when her mirror image grabbed her before. I didn't get the sense that she was trying to harm her. She was trying to warn her about something.
Well, we won't find out what it is until we move forward. So
Well,
let
we
us
are
do that.
moving forward while we do it. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do we want to pick up the pace to try to get there faster since it seems so far away? Well, less far away now.
Actually, I don't know if you guys walk into that. I'm not going to presume for a sec too quickly. You get a lot closer, and the red gets a lot more clear to you. And it's imagine a fog, but tinted distinctly red, like it's luminescing. Very
That
faintly,
looks
though.
ominous. Not sure I like the look of that.
I'm gonna. I'll stop at the edge of the fog and like brush my hand through it, see if anything happens.
As you do that, I'm going to lean forward and say, "That's how you lose fingers."
Willpower's part of
That's
it
as high as
there,
that. Oh,
Eckert. I'll roll for you because I know your
Oh,
machine
boy.
is in pieces.
oh, actually, I just have it assembled. I'm on the PC now.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I
Dang,
got
I-
it just
I-
in time. Okay. Willpower, you say?
Willpower's part of it, yeah. I had total Seer Experiment Lane moment of like you sitting there with all these parts around you. Like, oh no, way simpler than that.
I apologize. Did I have the wrong
Yeah.
player in mind? We lost Lucius. Okay, so sorry.
Discord died
Don't know what
for Lucius, yeah. He'll be back.
Classic. Okay.
He's coming back. It's just Discord being Discord. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Is this? I'm identifying something. I'm trying not to get affected by something.
Well, I'm holding the torch up for you so you can see it clearly, whatever happens.
I'll give you +1 to that roll.
Fingers or not.
Fantastic.
You're trying to figure something out as you're putting your hand through the
Corby?
mist.
Okay. So I'll do willpower insight then, because might wouldn't work unfortunately. All right. Here we go. Any modifiers?
+1.
Sweet. Hi, Lucius. I am brushing a mysterious blood red fog that may or may not eat my fingers.
That's oddly specific.
Welcome back.
How's an 11 look, Corby?
Pass your hand through. You do not hear a sizzling or you don't feel a burning. The temperature of your hand drops a tiny. Actually, sorry, other way around. It gets warmer. So it's not cool anymore. It's warm, not hot. And you feel like you are you are waving your hand through something. It's not viscous, like it's not like you're putting your hand through syrup or anything. It is going through like fog, but you get the sensation or the feeling of you're putting your hand through something. The same way you'd put your hand through Aether's hair or in a horse's mane, that sort of feeling.
Okay. Does the fog like perfectly stop in a straight edge, like on the map, or is it kind of like billowy out a little bit, but it generally stops in that area?
It billows out a tiny bit, yeah. It's not a definite like cut edge.
Okay.
That's a affectation of me, but worth asking, especially with me.
Yeah, because if the fog is perfectly square, I am much more suspicious of it.
Right. Well, seeing that it didn't like
Yeah.
eat away the metal of his gauntlet or harm him in any way, I'm just going to step right in with the torch and see if the light escapes it once I get in there with it.
All the fog around you seems to luminesce even more. Whoops. Let me try that again. That's not gonna stand out for me. Oh, I just changed your color. That did nothing. Changing you different colors doesn't help. Wait, magic torch. Oh. Huh.
Some very opaque red.
That's
I got a feeling it's not supposed to be that opaque.
right. Right. So, I was gonna do a little cool thing there, but I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, it
'cause
might just be a
Roll20
layers thing.
Yeah, the layers are being weird. So yeah, there is your light does instead of the light just kind of seeming to glow just from your torch head, there's a larger plume of light around it. It's almost like there's an effervescent ball of light around Aether because it's almost like the light's being caught and turned in the fog. That said, it still lights up. It's still lighting the area.
Cool.
It's just highlighting that you're there.
It doesn't seem to like hurt me in any way. In fact, it's warmer than out in the cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You went from a cool room to a warm room.
Okay, yeah, I just walk in and examine the place. I'll kind of get in the middle of it and really get a good look around and see what there is to see.
Insight's part of it.
I will definitely double insight that.
And I will assist.
Do I get to add anything to that?
+1 because you have the torch.
I think I'll step in as well. Whoops.
Ooh, baby.
Also aim to assist.
Do you get modifiers if you're rolling to assist?
You're assisting the torchbearer, so I'll say yes.
Well, I got a 15 already, so
Sweet.
that's a pretty good start.
I do not help.
I also did not help. Although at least I did not critically
I'm
fail.
used to staying in the dark, not this weird stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
as far
thankfully
as
it's
I'm
an
concerned,
assist.
y'all still help, just not noticeable,
Yeah.
right? Like you are helping. Like I'm not gonna say you suck, just it wasn't a noticeable bit of aid.
I'm gonna say you suck. You suck.
Oh wow.
Feel bad about yourself. It's all this nice stuff. Jesus.
Or be.
Next we're gonna be working
You fool, that
together.
only makes me stronger.
Is Lucius staying out of the weird red fog that everyone walked into?
Be following.
I was gonna say alone, and then I remembered. Well, you're never really alone. You have your goons. I mean, your assistants with you.
I was half expecting him to send his goons in alone while he waited and watched.
The three of you look about in torchlight, experimenting and looking around, seeing if there's anything in here that's hidden. And this seems to act almost like you're in a not hive, but a swarm of creatures milling about you. Except the creatures are the mist.
Okay.
They don't seem to be hurting you or anything. They don't seem to be. If it is aware of you, if the swarm is aware of you all, it isn't reacting to your presence beyond illuminating further than allowing the torch to illuminate further. You get the feeling that they probably could stifle the light far more than they are.
The light doesn't seem to be harming the fog any, does it?
No.
Okay, good.
And you do see that the fog billows that way. And then there's more darkness that way. And the strange change that way.
So my 15 basically just tells me that there's more fog to the north, and that's basically the main thing I get.
And you're in the midst of something living. Many things living.
Got it. Okay, well, I will pass along back there when I think this is alive somehow. I'd like to sort of, before I move forward, I would like to I'd like to know if I can use my ritual chimerism to determine if this is something that's attached to the live stream, or if maybe we're seeing a visualization of the live stream of souls.
One moment. Okay. something that ritual can do. You're trying to do. It's not quite that powerful. So I'd say that. Say that. Okay. So. Idle yet? Click in the right spot. You. No. I can't do math. Let's try that again, brain.
Did you suddenly turn into a teenage girl and you can't even?
If only. Oh, it's on the MP. It doesn't increase the difficulty level. God, that would be silly. Good.
If you can't even, can you odd?
Classic.
You get the feeling
Womp
that
womp.
this would cost 90 mind points to perform the ritual you need to get the sense
Yeah,
of this thing.
I wouldn't even be able to do that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to do that. I would have to find some sort of object of power to reduce the cost. The only object of power I can think of that might even apply would be the glove, and More Duncan took it with her.
7.
7. Yeah.
Sorry, 7. Not More Duncan. Sorry, 7. Do I know of any other objects of power that we have among the group that could be useful to lower the cost of the ritual? Other than using the fog itself, and I wouldn't want to harm the fog, obviously, but
I would say that such an item of power would be. I'll say it costs 4 inventory points to find something that's compatible with what you're trying to do.
oof, that would be like everything I have.
Someone else could have it in their bag. They may have found it at a shop and not realize. As you start saying a lot, I'm looking for something that would do this or something that does that. And so I was like, oh, wait, I have that in my bag. I didn't know that's what it's for. I just bought it because it looked cool, you know.
All right, well,
How
if somebody's
many
got 4
inventory?
they don't need, 4.
One moment. I might have an ability that would be helpful here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. I will use my private stock
Ah,
and spend a trade point to ignore that cost.
so you
I am
just
out
dig
of
it out.
trade points now, so I can't really do that again, but yes.
Wow, that's still pretty handy. Cool. Okay, so I start talking about what I need, and you're just like, oh wait, I got that.
Yep.
It's funny.
A lot of some Chimeras, they didn't need it anymore. Go figure.
Got it in my private stock.
What does the item of power bring the cost down to now?
It cuts the MP cost in half.
Ooh, I could do it, but it would wipe me out.
I mean, you can drink a potion and get all that back instantly if we need to.
That's
So
true too. Okay,
I say it
well,
was
I'm
worth
going to
it.
go ahead and ask if everyone will help me and gather them in a circle and enact the ritual then. I'm figuring a chemist ritual is probably very natural. So, get people in a circle, that sort of thing.
I am not the person that you want in the magic circle if we are doing something that focuses on life.
It's not going to harm anything. It's just a ritual to gain information about the area. It should tell me things that I need to know.
Well, no,
My
like my magic
suspicion is that this
power is from entropy.
Right, but entropy is part of life. It's not like separate from it. It's a natural order, part of the natural order of things. It's not like,
True.
unnatural. Entropy is completely natural. It's not going to harm anything. I'm trying to determine if this fog is attached part of or a representation of the life stream, because it feels like it is to. And I think knowing for sure whether it is or is not could be critical to what we do here.
All right. Roll away.
Okay. What do I need to roll? If you can remind me, please, Corby.
Lucius, do you join the circle?
I don't think he will. He doesn't trust the weird magic that this strange rabbit girl is doing.
Or Duncan, do you complete the triangle?
Yes.
I would like to attempt to cajole you into joining Lucius with the most classic of barbs. What's the matter? Are you afraid?
Narrows his eyes. The scion of House Avantis fears nothing. However, magic isn't really my strong suit.
Can I still do the ritual without him?
You certainly can, yeah. It's just one less person assisting.
Okay. Then we'll do it.
It is insight willpower or might plus willpower. Kamirim
That's
is
always-
weird.
Might plus willpower,
Okay.
you say?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to use insight for my part, I guess.
It's the
You
only
sure
one
you
that
don't
has
wanna
an
help,
or.
Lucius?
Do I help?
I'm sure.
Any modifiers?
No.
Oh wait, no, not because we're assisting. Okay. So close.
Do I get to add anything?
No.
Okay.
You're now tapping into your most primal instincts and feeling deep
Well.
within yourself what is actually around you.
I just burned 40 mind points then for basically nada.
The good thing is,
Lucius,
hold on.
can't you give people?
Yeah, I was about to
things?
do that. Hold on. I'm going to give Aether one of my Fabula points. No, I think you're doing it wrong. I think you need to move that line over there. And I give you a Fabula point to spend. You additionally, because I have a bond towards you, I mean, admittedly, it's a bond of mistrust, but it is a bond. You also regain 10 mind points.
All right.
So you have a Fabula point to spend.
And,
I don't do magic, but you're doing this wrong.
All right. Well, I will expend my Fabula point with the trait. Hold on a second. I have to cancel a box I opened up. My trait towards Lucius of mistrust in return. And say, you don't know anything about what I'm trying to do here. I don't have it wrong. And I'll go over and quickly fix what is wrong, which is completely different from what he was pointing at, but
Which-
nevertheless.
that +2 puts you over the target number. Yep.
Okay, so I don't need to re-roll. I can just take the +2.
When you do bonds, you can only do +2. If you're using a trait, you can reroll dice.
It explicitly calls out you may spend a Fabula point and invoke one of their traits or bonds in order to let them reroll dice or improve the result of the check.
Exactly.
Following.
I'll just take the improvement and succeed then.
Yeah, I mean,
But I also get 10 mind points back, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And also,
Okay.
failing a ritual has catastrophic failure when you whiff it.
Right.
So
It's like,
Want that to happen. So
yeah.
let's not risk that reroll.
And-
I'll just take the success.
and that's why I had Lucius standing off to the side.
Sure, that's fine.
He's gonna be a little dick about it.
Very good.
You reach out. You all listen carefully. Every smell, the light playing against your eyes, everything you hear, the rustle of your clothes, all of that is not what you're worried about. 'Cause that isn't the question. The question isn't, can we feel fog? The question isn't, is there a creature out there? The question is this fog a representation or a part of, I believe, the life stream of souls? Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
And this, too, is true. This is, in fact, if an ocean were to dominate the horizon and be incredibly deep and daunting, when you stand at a beach and it strikes rocks and there's this big spray that, and at a certain temperature, even creates a sort of fog, a mist to the air, that's where you are, at the very edge of death and life.
Oh wow, we're at the edge of the life stream itself then. I'll pass that on to everyone. We are right at the edge of the ocean of the life stream itself. This is a very sacred and special place. Whatever we're hunting for must be hidden here to keep things which cannot abide this place at bay. That's my supposition. And then I
Well,
will hold up
they
my
did
torch. Oh,
mention
go ahead.
the astral. Sorry. Well, they did say mention the astral observatory, and they're better to observe than the shores of creation itself.
Indeed. I'll gather up my things from the ritual and put them away. Return more Duncan, whatever she had found, and begin heading north with the torch.
As you hold up the ritual item that you're holding, and actually, Ether, tell me, what is this chimerist ritual item? Because you're the one who described what you needed to feel the life stream between the three of you.
Being a chemist ritual item, I would assume that it would be something like an old, cool animal skull, or maybe even like a shrunken head type of a thing from a monster. Like maybe somebody took a dead ogre and did a head shrinking technique to it until it was even smaller than a human head, and more Duncan would have picked it up as a curiosity to be sold somewhere in the market. Something that some rich noble might pay a lot of money for someday.
As you move to hand it back to Morduncan, it turns to red mist in between your hands and drifts off and joins the fog.
Okay. I'll just shrug and say sorry. No more.
Well,
No worries.
shall we press on?
Yep. Yeah, I finished gathering everything up and I head forward, and again I let Alexander sort of naturally end up in front of me over time. Like I take the lead at first, but I'm sure eventually his long legged strides will bypass me.
Whoopsie.
Hang on. Roll 20's reloading for me. Just move my token until it loads.
Roger. So forward you march.
Indeed. But in my case, with great reverence now. I feel like we're in a sacred place. Or at least sacred to a chemist like me, someone who reveres life.
The mist continues. You can hear whispers on the air. Half remembered conversations. Dreams, aspirations, failures. Favored dinner parties, family dinners, morning dinners.
I've
You
only
f-
ever had one dinner with people.
And they're all dinners, never to come again, never to be had, only remembered. Alexander, you step forth toward the whispering fog.
I do, in fact.
Or your eyes. He is enveloped.
I walk in right behind him with a torch, so he's not alone.
You are enveloped.
Listen for the sound of my very loud armor.
You can hear him,
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
as you
wait.
talk and as you move around.
Wait. Where are you all going? Don't leave me behind.
I'll
And
go to the edge and say, "Are you all right?"
I'll poke my head and ear tips out and say, I'm fine.
Willpower roll for Alexander and Aether. Maybe there's a dinner
Willpower.
you
Oh,
want to
no.
remember,
We
or
might-
one you want to forget.
Okay.
We might
Willpower,
not be fine,
anything else,
gang.
or
Willpower's part of it. I assume.
Mm-hmm. Willpower's part of it.
So this is keeping information?
Maintaining sovereignty of mind. You're trying to make sure that whatever you remember or don't remember is something you are willing to do, not being forced to do.
does the torch still give me a +1?
It does. Unfortunately,
good.
now it only gives you a +1.
Got it.
So, I don't get a bonus of any kind then.
No.
Cool. Alright. Could I argue for might? Because I feel like this is something that Alexander would have been trained in. So this is more of like a physical muscle memory thing than it is like having to actively think about it.
He's letting go of the conscious mind and following his instincts. Yep.
Yep.
That's some freaking George
Okay.
Lucas
You
freaking
please.
writing there. Don't mind me. God.
And no modifier for me, correct?
No.
Alright.
sounded so defeated.
Oh no!
Oh no! You can have a Fabula
I
point
am
at least.
re-rolling that.
Oh, okay, never mind. Look at that.
I
What do
thought
you?
if you
Yeah,
critically
I-
failed, you
I have-
couldn't re-roll, right?
You can't. No, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a fumble.
Oh.
It's a fumble. You cannot.
Oh
use a fabula
no!
to re-roll. You're stuck with it.
But you get a Fabula point because of your inconvenience.
Yeah.
So
Yay!
hooray!
Woof.
Out of curiosity, Corby, I'm not clear on it. How do I earn Fabula points?
I'll pull to that thing.
When the GM says you do.
No,
Okay.
there's specific things that fire it. One is starting a session with none, rolling a fumble. A villain makes an entrance during a scene, even if you're not there. But I start describing it. I have to give you a Fabula point. If you ever reduce to 0 hit points and you surrender, you get 2 Fabula points.
Okay.
And you can one way that you can force a Fabula point is if you invoke one of your bonds or traits to automatically fail a check, because you're saying that bond is why my character fails. I don't even roll; I just fail.
Understood.
Or a trait.
Thank you.
Because yeah, no, that the Fabula point is something I can't control beyond a villain showing up. Which oh right, I was gonna melt someone's brain.
Yep.
Nothing too serious. I mean, we're only talking about Alexander here.
just a little bit of melting. Hang on. Is this a magical effect?
For the purposes of what?
Using this spell?
If you had done it before you walked in, it would have dispelled
Doc,
this.
got it.
You just struck right in. You may be able to dispel
yeah.
it after you suffer the effects, so there's that.
Duly noted.
I did put in the appropriate meme for everyone to enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're not there, right? God, I scared
The
myself.
non-gory version.
Oh, scanners. All right, scanners. Am I full of crap?
I wouldn't know.
You take 30 dark damage. Alexander.
Oh, good. I'm wearing the amulet.
Hey, you take half.
Hey.
Hey!
Well, it was the right person to take it at least.
Yeah, you feel
The amulet worked out.
for Aether's sake, the whisper. You're able to kind of dismiss the memories and keep control of yourself, and it's not comfortable, but you're able to. You're just a tiny bit disoriented, but otherwise you're fine. For Alexander, all those whispers come into clarity and begin distorting and warping, and then there's every uncomfortable time he's eaten with somebody, it just comes to the front of his mind, and it almost just completely overwhelms you in this very uncomfortable, almost panic attacky sort of way. But the amulet softens the blow, and you just kind of, it's almost like someone put a dark, cold, dead hand to your chest, and that brought you back to now rather than your memories. So you kind of get grounded by darkness, and you kind of stop before it really hits you with all its strength.
Would it be fair to say that this is awkward damage then?
You could say
Social
that, yeah.
awkwardness damage?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Awkward damage.
Awkward damage.
I love that. Social awkwardness
You take
damage.
15 points of cringe.
Yes, cringe.
You
There
take
you go.
15 points of cringe.
Very nice.
That's what I should name the
Okay,
episode.
recognizing I have a magical effect on me, I am now going to cast a spell on myself.
You're going to attempt to cast a spell, you mean?
It just happens. There's not a
Oh,
roll
right.
for it.
You're not attacking someone. You're right. And
Uh-huh.
it's the area around you, I believe? Question mark.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
Uh,
recommend
it's
what
one
I say
creature.
when I poke my head out and say, maybe you should wait a second.
Ah.
Sure that everything's fine.
It
Changing-
is one creature.
I was trying to read the thing. Get back here.
Sorry.
Yeah, you have to choose who's not being affected. You can cast it for multiple people, though. I will say to you, as you begin getting ready to use the dispellic magic, you realize whatever it was gonna do has already happened to you and Aether, because it was the crossing of the threshold that caused that to happen. There was a delayed reaction, like at first you felt fine, and all of a sudden the memories hit you like a wave.
Does that mean
Okay.
that you think that
In
you
that
can
case,
do
I will
something
walk
to
back.
protect them as they come through, or?
Yeah, he'd have to cast this spell
Yep,
as they're
yep.
passing through the threshold.
Got it.
Okay. Compass me, you two, and I'm gonna put one hand on Moore's shoulder, one hand on Lucius's shoulder, and as we walk through the fog barrier, I immediately cast a spell.
Spending 20 MP because you have to cast it twice.
Yep. I am fixing that right now.
And then Umbris and Vivius will be fine. Because they're hangers on, so they have some way that they're able to. If Lucius can resist, they're fine.
Right.
And actually, as a sort of thematic tie, shall we say, Lucius, why are your guards guarded when you're guarded and unguarded when you're not? Because it's not magic. Or at least that's my assumption. It isn't magical
Mhm.
in nature.
I like to think that it's because the two of them have seen Lucius when he is at his most unguarded, when he is like truly rattled and truly uncertain.
So there's a certain like empathy that they feel. So you being unshaken gives them confidence. You being shaken kind of worries them a bit.
Nation. Right.
But in time,
Like-
the fog's thick soup parts as the waves of memories and aether pass you by, and you see each other normally again. You get the feeling you really don't want to go that way or that way.
Well, I'm definitely not going those
Yep.
ways, and I'm going this way.
There's a thing you can do where you can spend inventory points to get like a mana potion, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Cool.
It's
I'm
called
gonna do that and drink one real quick because I feel like having more dispels would be a good thing.
3 inventory points. You pull a blue elixir out of your pack.
Okay.
And restore 50?
And that
50.
oh, fantastic. So I'm back to full. All right. Onward.
Onward.
All right, where's the next trap for me to blunder into?
Aether will comically and unintentionally mimic Alexander's marching style as she marches by, where he carries his weapon. I don't mean
That might
to
be a
do
little
it. It's
painful.
like a
He
natural
carries
thing
the
to do.
weapon like the weapon's like laying across his shoulder currently. I don't know if you want to do that with a torch. Might hurt.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, I was just saying I mimic your.
Oh
mimic
yeah, I get
it. Unintentionally, apparently.
Walk like I walk.
Yeah, of course.
Walk this way, that's the line.
Right. Walk this way is the line, but I was sort of more going for like
Yep.
Aether just unintentionally mimics people all the time.
Yeah. Like it's not a mockery or a mimicry, it's
Right.
it's
More
an
like it's how
unintentional
she
thing
learned.
you're doing.
Right. Like she's picking up social cues from people around her. And right now she's following Alexander, so she's doing what Alexander do. That's what Aether did.
I know what you should find. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you're walking along. The mist is quite long. I will say none of you feel a sense of physical fatigue as you're walking around. You just have a sense that you're moving a great distance.
Hmm.
And it's taking an amount of time worth noting, but not soul-crushingly long. If that makes any sense. It's a nice hike, not a death march. Whoopsie.
Hooray!
Do we seem to come upon another area where the torchlight bounces off of the fog, or?
Shockingly, no. It's just a really long walk.
Okay.
Remind me, are ones good or bad?
One's good. One means you discover something.
Oh.
Yep.
I wonder
That's
what
why
was
somebody's
stuff.
travel thing, turning it from a D12 to a D8 is so good for us.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls high less often.
Yeah, because if I
right.
roll 6+, something bad happens. In a random encounter, dangerous place, that sort of. If you roll
Something.
1, then you find something cool.
Yeah, which is how we found the Which is how we stumbled upon the secret entrance to the snake cave.
Whoops, wrong thing.
We just found that.
You just accidentally found a boss encounter.
Kind of.
Well,
We
they
found
didn't
the
have to
secret-
walk around asking everyone about the strange dungeon and all the hints. Like, no, the dungeon entrance. You sequence broke the game and found the dungeon entrance without having to talk to anybody. Yeah, it's right there in this hidden alleyway. What? No one else sees it? No. Oh. Okay, then we go to look because it's
Oh,
a
hey,
cool
it's
door.
Yeah, we didn't have to talk to any of the quest givers. Here we go. Now it's loading. Jeez.
Nice.
Hmm.
It was weird.
Yes.
I think I may have just blanked out mentally. What did we learn on that one?
You're finding something in the mist. I just
Nothing yet.
I had to figure out
Oh,
what it
okay.
was you found.
Got it. Okay, I didn't miss it then. Sorry, I blanked out for a second.
Oops. No, computer, stop helping. I didn't do it over here, did I?
Is it the AI overlords again?
Haha. Say again, sorry. Oh, no. Thankfully, no. Boop. Then. What are people thinking as they walk through this mist? Through this etheric spray?
That it's creepy looking.
Seconded.
I would say that Aether thinks that it's an interesting analogy. It sort of feels like being within the veins of a much greater living being, which is especially strange since the life stream is where we all end up after, where our souls end up after we go on, before our souls are reincarnated into something new later. So it's like being within the bloodstream of spiritual energy itself is what I'm imagining. Like it seems strange and yet somehow perfectly natural to Aether's mind that our perception of this spiritual place mimics physical reality. You see what I'm saying?
I believe
That the
I
life
do.
stream would look like the bloodstream. So it feels perfectly natural to Aether.
It doesn't feel natural to Alexander, but he's also probably a little less freaked out than everyone, just because magic. Like he's dealt with weird stuff before.
You see more fog ahead of you. Do you press on through into the new stretch of etheric beach, as it were? Shoreline, I guess a better way to put it. Beach implies something else.
I'm going to this time cautiously extend my sword into the fog before stepping into it.
I was going to offer you the torch before you go, so that maybe it would give you a bonus as you go through.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that.
All right. I hand you the torch for a moment and let you step
Alright.
through first.
Stepping across the threshold.
It's more. There is that sense of this is a new area. Because you notice that there is you notice that instead of more forward, you notice it's like the shoreline is sweeping away from the ocean. It's almost like there's a you don't see rocks, but this is acting like an area that is sweeping away from a rocky area. So you know you're in a new spot, at least. But beyond that, the fog seems the same as normal. No weird whisper. You do
All
hear
clear.
no weird whispering. Actually, I'll even take that back.
They can proceed. So it seems to be no magical effects here. And then I'll hand the torch back to Aether and keep
Yeah,
walking.
I'll take the torch back and follow behind him. Keep moving.
Something washes up from the thicker soup of red.
I immediately investigate as the curious creature that I am.
It seems to
I
be some
love
sort
to
of
investigate.
one-handed spear, except the spear seems to be wrapped in a. At first, at distance, it looks like rubies, that are kind of twined to mimic ribbon across the spear's head. But upon closer inspection, it looks like the mist itself has formed into a solid snake of material along the length of the spear. In point of fact, there usually spears you hold one-handed spear. You would hold it kind of in the middle a little bit, or a little somewhere in the middle. Put it that way, and you extend out. This one seems to have a handle a lot further back to allow for the length of the entire thing. More of a lance than a spear, but it is meant to be one-handed.
Does Lucius use a spear?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
He does.
I'm actually, rather than touching it directly, I'm actually going to look back at you and look at it and just step out of the way and watch closely. 'Cause I'm almost like expecting you to come and claim it.
Hmm. Does it look? It interesting. A spear, and he takes out the spear that he has and sort of sizes it up against the one that's there, and he just flips it end over end, so that the blunt end of the spear is at the back, and he just sort of pokes at the spear at the ground. Does it react?
When was the last time you had a status effect?
Uh-oh.
No, genuine question. I suppose the genuine question is still an uh-oh. Never mind.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I don't remember the last time I had one. If I ever did, it would have been at when we were in the fight with the snake people, the snake temple, because I think that fight had a bunch of debuffs on it.
Yeah, you
But I
have
don't
as you
remember.
touch it, that memory comes to mind, and you suddenly you find yourself reconsidering how you could have used that weakness it inflicted upon you to your advantage. It's not an overwhelming effect. It's more of it just you're suddenly the idea just sort of eureka's to your mind when you touch the spear, the lance, I should say.
Huh.
I think this may be what we came for.
Could be. Could very well be. Um, reaches into his bag, takes out, some piece of cloth, and will attempt to pick up the spear with it.
Do you grab it by the length of the lance or by the handle at the back?
By force of habit, because he has been trained to wield a Coriostellum spear, he grabs it the way he would normally grab it, which isn't by the proper handle.
It feels intensely heavy there. So much so that you find yourself dragging it. Like you need two hands to heft it, but from that part of the lance.
Lucius,
Oh.
I think the handle is back here.
Yeah, the balance is a little different than what I am used to and what I have trained with. Let me, and he shifts. You watch as he sort of shifts with it, like he's trying to sort of like come to grips, literally, with how to grip it. Firmly grasp it in your hand.
You go.
Firmly grasp it.
Lucius, this bit is a handle.
Yep, I got it. And he eventually he eventually moves his hands so that he's grasping it the proper way.
And it's almost like picking up a stick. It is light in your
Whoa.
hand.
Okay. And like you watch as he makes a few of like the very deft motions that he's made before
Woof,
with his
woof.
regular.
I'm definitely standing back.
When he moves it around, he's moving something really heavy incredibly fast. So there's a loud noise as he moves it through the air.
And then he just sort of pulls it back up to sort of an at ease position.
Does it look like he's sort of like holding a lance like a fencing weapon?
Almost, yeah. Like normally you would have to buck it up against your body because it is rather heavy, but he's holding it like it's a fencing blade. It's that light to him. Though he is standing like a person who uses a spear all the time, so he's holding it at guard the way a spearman would because of habit. But that does look funny, I will point out. This weapon, good sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm about to have to start putting this down in my thing, I bet.
This is the Lance of Weakness.
Uh-oh.
I think it means like enemies' weaknesses,
Perhaps.
not necessarily yours.
I suspect that if you are weakened, that it instead gives you a strength in return.
Yeah, I was
of
gonna
some
say
kind.
that's what I'm betting. I'm
That's
betting
what I'm
this
betting too.
because
Dex plus might, HR plus 8 physical.
Wow.
Deals 1 extra damage per status effect you have.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Yeah. Except in my case, it's Dex plus Insight because I have the thing.
Like you have a training thing, right? Like a
yeah,
weapon.
I
training.
have the Lore Masters.
Oh, there you go.
You can change might into insight, right? I remember.
Knowledge is power. Yeah. I get to replace one of those two stats with my Insight.
That's pretty good. Well, I would like to know if there's anything I can do to determine that that's what we came for. Like if this is the item of power that we've been searching for.
Insight's part of it.
I'll do double insight. I suspect the torch doesn't help me with memory checks, so I'll just roll.
Fair enough.
Oh, I am not rolling well today. So.
Level 7's the bare minimum you need to get something.
Okay.
As it is magical. What he has?
A 7.
Hmm.
It doesn't necessarily look legendary though, right? Like we're here for something really legendary.
Yeah. This looks magical, not legendary. It's neat, but not scary.
All right. Well, I'm just going to share that with the class and say that's neat and cool, but I don't think we found what we're really looking for here yet. This doesn't feel majestic enough, right?
Indeed, I doubt that our quarry would be lying just in the middle of a nondescript patch of soupy fog.
Brinius
I
and
agree.
Vivius share a look with each other, but say nothing.
I'm just going to say this nondescript fog, as you call it, is the life stream of souls itself. We're standing literally within the place where all of our souls go when we die. All of this fog that you mentioned is spiritual energy of creatures being reincarnated, moving through this etheric vein, if you will.
Well, not exactly where I pictured myself winding up when I woke up this morning, but needs must.
Can't argue with that. I
All
guess
right.
I'll march forward, yeah.
We have reached another.
Are you just
We've
going to
reached
leave your
another
old
vein.
spear behind, or are you going to keep it to sell it later? Are you going to leave your old spear lying there, or are you going to take it to sell
No,
it later?
I'm keeping my current spear.
Just checking.
Yeah. I
If
might.
you
has
just threw
learned-
it away, I was going to grab it.
Yeah.
He has learned the importance of having a backup.
Yep. I might sell one of those bronze swords that I picked up earlier. Now that I have a backup spear, but this thing is honestly, this thing is better than even my regular spear, even without the special extra damage.
Because of the stats.
Yeah, it's a better damage rate than what I had. Like my previous one was a +6 damage.
Nice.
So-
So it's a buff.
Yeah, so this
Nice.
is just it's a better spear in every way.
Well, congratulations.
All right, I've reached another border here. May I borrow the torch?
You needn't even ask, and I hand it to you.
Awesome.
I present it to you like it's a holy item.
Stepping
Bam.
through the thresholds.
The threshold is crossed, and the air shifts and is warmer still. It is now not sweltering hot, but hot enough you'd notice. If you were certain you were safe, you might take your jacket off in here. Like it's hot in here. Not like, oh my god, I'm dying. More like, I wouldn't want to be here too long with my jacket on, but I can live with it.
Cool. Well, handing back the torch. And I'm assuming this thing down here is a thing, because the rest of this looks like walls.
That do indeed look like a thing.
Oh, and now the music's playing.
As we walk into this hotter area, I will literally fluff up my fur to let the heat out.
Oh! It's the things again.
Why isn't it? Should be. Sorry.
Ooh, sparkles. For a second there. And then they were gone.
No, that's
Do
right.
you mind if I move you over, Lucius?
Hang on. I got it.
Okay.
Just gotta. I gotta select these two. Come over. I'll probably put myself. Hang on. I'll put myself over here. Put my guys over here. Like that.
It's like fireflies.
I think they're fireflies.
The ground beneath you, though you can't see it very well, you feel it gain texture. The softness of well-tread grass or of often traveled beach. It is not so hard packed like a city or crafted or chiseled. It is a place by which many things come and go. A stream of light beams and it seems to even spill out onto the ground around you, and you can see, as if past an acrylic layer or sheet through which you can see, you see an ever-moving stream of peaceful, tranquil, sleeping bodies.
Like
Nick.
full-size people.
Full size, a variety of people of all stages of the ends of life. And it occurs to you all that's what you've been walking on since you entered the mist. You just couldn't see your feet until now because of the light shining out from the darkness.
Oh,
Wait,
geez.
whoa, oh, yeah.
Jeez. Ah, Corvinian, what the hell?
But they don't seem to be decayed or anything like that. They all just seem very... They're just flowing by. There's no terror down there.
Like we're walking in the river Styx.
Where's the light shining from or through? Like, what is it coming from exactly?
It seems to be streaming betwixt the motes of light that dance in the dark. Like there's something off far away.
Well,
That
I
is
mean, is
shining
there like
so
a-
much light you can see it from this far away.
Right. Is it like a wall there in front of us, though? Or what is this?
You notice the mist seems to very, like instead of billowing a little bit like it did into the abyss, it stops dead. Like that is a clear line of darkness.
Okay.
Well, if anything is a holy artifact, it's the thing giving off the blinding light is probably it.
Possible.
Alright,
I'm
let's
gonna
see what happens.
I hand Alexander the
Oh!
torch.
Well, if you step into it, you disappear, apparently, so there's that.
Hmm.
I did give him the torch before he go through, so if he
Yep.
needed a bonus of some kind, he had it.
Yep.
One second, hold.
Holding. Sorry.
Put something.
Well, technically, you're holding a sword and a torch.
Nah.
Yes. Cover me! With what?
What do you want me to cover you with? My ears?
Blanket?
I bet my ears are softer.
Ah.
Probably not warmer
What
though.
the? Wait a sec. No, actually, this is fine. This is totally fine.
Yes. This is fine.
No, actually, this is fine. I've seen this before. This is part of the church.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
I
You
was
see-
using this is fine in the meme sense. Yes.
You see someone. You see as you start progressing forward. These motes of light seem to be flowing away, and actually they're not flowing away just from this person. It's coming off of the beam of light. Like this person's a lantern of light that is shining out, and these are like small. These motes of light are kind of the after effect of the magic flittering away. And this person, you see a silhouette of a person in a long flowing robe, hair dark as night, with streaks of silver. And then there's the faint flickers of entropic death and haltness of all things blinking about them, and then just as quickly being summoned away or filtered into some other place. And about their head, you can see a glyph of magic, a crown of magic kind of atop her head. Or their head, I should say. Eckhart, you recognize this person as a priestess of the church. She's a type of spiritualist. That's why she's a type of spiritualist entropist.
Yep.
Which is different than the Knightly Order, which would be Dark Knight entropists.
Are they adjacent, or is it like the knighthood serves the priestesses?
All in service to the church. different branches,
Oh, it's-
same purpose.
Okay. Greeting wise, are they equal to me? Do I bow? Like, Alexander knows this. I, the player, do not.
You tell me. It's your
Uh,
world.
I knew that was coming.
Yep. I just wanted to see how many questions I could ask before it started being you tell me. Okay. I think the... How do I put this? I think it's like a respect thing, because the priesthood and the sisterhood, like, devote their entire lives to the cause of the church. Whereas while the knights do that, they're also allowed to have like a regular person life. Like, they can go get a house, they can have a family. Whereas the priesthood, that's like a lifelong dedication. So, in saying that, Alexander will approach the respectful distance and then sink onto one knee with his head bowed. Holy priestess.
Sir Knight, you don't seem to be dead, nor are your companions. Yet you walk from the sea of life.
I cannot explain how. We are on a quest to find one of the holy relics. Or, what was the name for them? Like, was there a specific name, or was it just the holy relics?
You would call them holy relics. There is a different
Okay.
name for them.
Yeah. we are on a quest to find one of the holy relics, and in the nature of the quest, we traveled onto the Sea of Souls, which led us here.
Please rise, Sir Knight.
He'll stand and sheath his weapon.
And she makes a gesture, a sort of semicircular gesture, which Alexander you recognize as a blessing to all of you. But also, as she does that, she waves her hand one part of the semicircle and then completes and ends the circle, as it were. She casts a spell. All mind points and HP you have suffered have now healed.
Hooray!
Awesome.
Just him, or?
No, all of you.
I don't want to hear
I
any
mean, I
more
didn't
crap
lose
about the
any,
church
but
after
that's
this.
still good.
Alright, cool.
Your suffering, for now, is at an end. Though I suspect, if you are on a journey for holy relics, there is likely to be more suffering to be found on this, glance behind herself, in darkened observatory in death and life.
Such is the way of things. If you don't mind, what brings you here?
I was on exploration and survey of the etheric shore to see if anything had changed in the land of the Eclipsians. But I found this in my journeys, this darkness against the night.
Are we expecting such changes in the ethereal shore?
I feel that which was created comes to an end, and that some would wish that end far sooner. If I'm correct, this is likely somewhere in the Darklands, nestled near the ocean of Coristellum. There's
Standing
some
behind
place.
Alexander. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were done for a second. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, standing behind Alexander when she says that, Aether will just sort of give it a little thumbs up, like you got it right, without saying anything.
She looks over at you and she kind of nods. Like she was saying something, you give her the thumbs up, and she just kind of stops and nods, like, "Oh, okay." Like, interesting.
So you said this place is the what word did you use again? The observatory?
Astral Observatory.
Yes, that's what we were looking for. We found it, Alexander. More? We found the Alexander. We found the observatory, the astral observatory. This is where your holy relic will be, the artifact we've come for.
That is the hope.
Have you crossed
I actually
paths with anyone else wandering the shore?
Only other versions of ourselves in dark mirrors.
I sensed a presence, alone, yet not alone. Although it wasn't yelling in fear, almost in intense frustration and exasperation. None of you seem all that exasperated or have a strange double.
That's not entirely true.
Yeah, I think we know somebody whose description that would fit 100%.
Oh?
7.
7. When we first entered the Sea of Souls, the live stream earlier on, her mirror double appeared actually right before we entered the live stream. It was right at the entrance to it. We were still within the darkened halls of the dungeon in the Darklands. But a mirrored image of Seven, who she had previously encountered, grabbed her and pulled her away from us.
Something about protecting her and that it was too dangerous?
Right, it was worried about her safety.
She's been pulled and misled by her own fear. I must go find her before she can't find her way back again. I leave this place to you, Sir Knight, and your friends. You don't have the capacity to walk away from the shore for very long, not without my help, and I get the feeling that this place is destined for you to plume rather than myself. Keep that torch at hand. That will keep you from being lost. Well, it should help you from being lost. I can't guarantee such things. Only God can do that.
I'd like to approach and give her like the approximation of a curtsy. And since I'm not wearing a dress, that's probably amusing. But I attempt one with my cloak, and I say, "It feels inappropriate not to introduce myself, ma'am. I am Aether."
Her light focuses on you a little more. Like she kind of left it pointing out into the shore, and she kind of focuses the light on you in particular. When you look up at her, you don't see a face. It's almost like she's perpetually in twilight in that silhouette. But there also is that sense that this is, like you said before, it's not an unnatural undeath feeling. It's the natural end of things, or
Right.
It's entropic magic rather than chimeric magic. But
Sure.
She focuses upon you and says, You are Aether. Interesting. Her light eventually shines back up at Alexander. This one can see you through the darkness. Or the darklands, at least. For Aether here is of it. There are people like her. She actually corrects herself, and she looks to Aether like, whoops, I shouldn't say something. There are people like her who are connected to where they are, far more than as much as we are connected to the stream of life and the ocean they're in. Some of us are connected to the land itself. Aether here is one of them.
I just look confused at that. I'll turn back to her and say, when you say there are more people like me, do you mean literally like me, who can alter their appearance?
The greatest masters of chimerism and mutism. The masters of the self, tied to land and body. A legend, for those who don't know much, but in certain libraries one can find such tomes. Sad to say, I'm not an expert on the topic. Your name was the clue. No one names themselves. No one would name their child after a fragment of the life stream willingly.
I see.
But you identify it happily, and there's only certain people that would do that, and I do not sense an evil about you.
I see. Thank you. To be clear, though, I was actually hoping for a return introduction, if you would. Who may I ask am I speaking with?
I am the High Priestess Darkwater.
Well, your name is both lovely and surprisingly appropriate for your job.
It is a title. My name of birth is cast aside upon my sisterhood.
I see.
The Dark Knighthood has a similar practice.
Indeed, we do.
She nods at you.
I'll just turn back and say to everybody, well, I suppose that would have been interesting if you had been named this, and that perhaps that's why you became this for your living.
Alexander, is that not your real name then?
Yes, is Alexander an assumed name then?
In a way,
I see.
the take on how to explain this simply. When we are accepted into the knighthood as squires when we are quite young, we are given names from the holy writings to remind us to follow, or remind us to follow, honor the peoples that came before.
So you're named after an ancient hero then,
Yeah,
of your order. But it is not your true name as from before as well. Okay.
it is my true name now, so that is important. Who I was is no longer of consequence.
In death there's life, in life there's death. All is a cycle until the very end.
I'd just like to lean closer to more Duncan and whisper to her. I feel that the more he denies his past before his time as a Dark Knight, the more likely it is and the more important it will be one day for him to discover that truth that he's discarding.
I shrug and say, what to do with one's past is one's own decision as far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough.
Well, I shan't keep you any further. I will keep my ensorcelment of this chamber, so you may have a place sacred to rest. Also, it'll serve as a way for me to anchor your friend, Seven, I believe you called them.
Yes, her name is Seven.
Zevin.
Seven Demerel.
Demeril. Sultanate.
Yeah, she is a sand elf. You will She will not be hard to spot once you have eyes on her.
I suppose not. May the spirits guide you and God keep you.
Thank you very much for your blessing and your healing.
She drifts past all of you. And drifts into the fog, looking out for Seven.
See, just listen for the sound of cursing and breaking metal.
I will note that this area you're now, this chamber, because of the blessing, also serves as a safe resting area. You don't need to use a magic tent to rest there, because it is blessed by the priestess.
Hooray.
Hooray!
Should we take a rest before we continue then?
Well, we have the only thing that would do would be to restore. Oh wait, no,
Inventory
yeah,
points and whatnot.
that wouldn't even restore inventory points because you have to shop to do that.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
The only
Well,
reason
yeah,
you do it is if
enable
you
us
want to do
to
a,
all-
if you wanted to change your rest action, if you want to reset
Yeah.
or change your rest action.
We would be
Camp
able
activity.
to get new rest actions and reset those, and also alter our bonds if we wish to.
Oh yeah.
I would like to personally. If you guys are interested.
I'm fine either way. I'm happy with the rest action I have. But if other people need to switch theirs out, especially because I feel like this is the room you find with all the like healing pickups and ammo before you walk into the boss fight.
Right, exactly. That's definitely
So
what
if
this
anybody wants
feels
to-
like to me too. Yeah.
What, you're saying I'm only
Anyone wants to
nice when I
change
think I'm going to be mean to you? You're right, but like you don't have to call me out.
I mean, so like
Well,
if anybody wants
I've
to change
used
their
up
rest
mine,
action,
so I would like to get a new one. Right. I would like
Yeah.
to get a new rest action for the
I need
for
to
the fight.
What did I do?
find that.
Like I think More Duncan had one for traveling, and she used hers up too. Or was that 7?
It was a
I think that was 7. Because
Okay.
I used Project.
yeah.
Well, I can use mine for the travel roll. Like I don't mind doing that one.
What did I do?
If that would help the group, I'd be
Oh,
happy
I
to
did
do
a
that
thing
one.
to repair my spear. Yeah, I could go for another.
We can definitely do another one. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. So
And
we,
narratively, you're
we-
not doing like a long, like 8-hour rest. It's more of the group of you are kind of taking a moment to be away from weird mist stuff and go, okay, let's just kind of take a second or two to kind of, you know you're safe, you know you're fine. Just take a minute to take a breath and
Oh, we still
center
don't have all the-
yourselves.
we still
we're
don't
in a safe location for at least a few minutes, so we
give
can
me a minute.
mentally relax. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I will swap out my camp activity to exploration.
Spend time looking around this room for useful items. Roll a d6. Ooh, this can be useful.
Nice.
You find 3 inventory points worth of random goodies in this room.
Hey.
That is
That's
perfect.
useful.
That's exactly what I needed.
Yep.
That's
Marvelous.
Do we have a handout with the camp actions?
yeah. I'm trying to find where they are.
The April 8th spread has it.
Oh, here we go.
It should be
I got
pinned.
some.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hang on.
But you might have the PDF anyway.
I would like to change my bond towards Lucius from mistrust to inferiority.
Oh.
You can though.
Or do I just add a different one and have both? I don't remember how it works.
You can change it, or you can increase its strength because it starts at bond of 1 and then it increases. You can either change it from one thing to another or make it a stronger feeling.
Oh, like taking it multiple times. I see.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just change it then.
Very good.
And can you put up camp actions again so I can see them? Sorry. I know you've got that as a handout we can glance at here.
Do we?
I don't have it as a handout.
Thought you did.
Nope.
No, I don't. Unfortunately.
Oh,
We do
anybody know
not.
what page number it is in the thing?
Page 19. Well, sorry, 10 of the
Of the which PDF?
of the April PDF. April
The April
2024.
PDF.
Camp activities. There it is.
Strange. Did I open the wrong one?
Page 1819, if you're looking at the page numbers on the side.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's a spread, right? So.
I have them. I don't have them on spread. I have them on individual pages,
Uh,
so I actually see them accurate. My bad. Okay, thank you. I see them now. Let's see here. Yep, I feel like we're probably going to end up making a travel roll, so I will do the cartography.
You know
I
what?
would like to explain that her Aether's familiarity and understanding of the live stream enables her to attempt cartography here. Is that fine? Because normally she wouldn't really do this.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Um.
You know what? I'm gonna do martial practice.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep that.
Once
Oh,
for your next
did you
rest,
do
you
that
can
too?
multi.
Yep.
Oh, cool. How about we could say that Lucius and Alexander are spar a little.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you do want to get used to that new spear that you hold
Yeah.
so strangely.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yep.
That's
That would
like
make
the
Yep.
best. Oh, I love that. Awesome.
You know, during camp conversation time, after we've each done our own little thing, and we're like nibbling on our food packs or whatever, like our rations, I'll say, you know, I've been worried about Seven this whole time, but knowing that your sister in your order is going to go find her and protect her eases my mind quite a bit. I'm glad she was here, that we found her. It feels serendipitous.
Well, the spirits are very good at sending what and who we need when we need them.
You looked right creepy, though, says Vivius. Brinius gives them a look, and Vivius just, what? She did? Who floats in the air like that?
The Holy
Well,
Mother of an Order of Darkness?
See, that doesn't sound like a good guy thing.
Darkness
well,
is
when you are imbued with the power of entropy and the Sea of Souls itself, you it's a pathway to many abilities some would consider unnatural.
And Brinius kind of
Not
nods, like, makes sense. Vivius looks no less comforted at all. No.
somehow I don't think that would make him feel better there, Alexander.
I can't believe you
It's
made
not-
me hear that.
It is not.
So I'd like to bring up
It is not the powers that affect. It's not the powers that matter. It's how you use them. They are a tool, just like a sword.
or words.
Very true.
Yeah, but magic has a price. I mean, a price of life or energy or mana or the mind. I mean, I'd rather have the price be zenith and sweat. But, you know, that's just me. The rest of this is all meh. I don't know. Untethered, uncontrollable.
Oh, it's plenty controllable if you know what you're doing. There are rules, there are laws, there are things you should and shouldn't do. Entropic magic is very rune-based, so it has much order and structure to it.
Could it not be argued that the reason it has so much order and structure to it is because it's so dangerous that using it without all that structure and order that's been found through hard-won trial and error is dangerous?
What the bunny said. Vivius points.
That could be a fun interpretation of it.
It's Aether.
Well-
Umbrius says under his breath, annoyed with Vivius at the moment.
Well, it's a case of entropic magic. That is definitely the potential for things going wrong. For instance, this rune, he likes. Actually, what's the floor made of? Is it made of dirt?
It is made of featureless, smooth flooring. Although this time you don't see the weird acrylic like death. You see void.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. In that
Somehow
case, he'll
that's not
pull
more
out-
comforting.
Oh, cool. Looks like I'm standing on nothing. This totally won't trigger vertigo. Let's see. He'll pull out like a small tome from his travel bag and just point to 2 runes. For instance, this one is the one that allows you to control the flow of time. On this one, reduces you to obey its constituents.
They look way too much alike to me.
Well, this one has a vertical line, and this one has a horizontal line. You see.
Should you
But
be
what
doing?
if you're approaching it sideways?
Should you be doing all the gesturing thing? Doesn't that turn it on or something? That's not how magic
No,
works,
I-
Vivius.
I have to put actual effort into it, otherwise you wouldn't be able to practice.
Oh.
If it just happened whenever I did it, then I wouldn't be able to. Then I wouldn't be able to move my arms hardly at all.
I think it's clear that if just drawing the symbol activated the magic, then no wizard would ever be able to check another wizard's work before they blew up the building.
Yeah, also that does. Well, it's less explosion and more the building dissolves into ash.
Well, it's a good thing we're not in a building now.
Oh yeah, no, this is a sacred place. Magic can't go wrong here.
Vibius looks like he's gonna say something, and Brinius just kind of reaches over, puts the hand on shoulder, and just shakes his head like to just stop asking questions. And then Vibius just kind of nods and shrugs and gets ready to get going when basically readies himself to move when Lucius is ready to move. And Brinius gives like a nod to Lucius, like he's still good, sort of look.
Okay, shall we see what is on the other side of this door?
Sounds good to me. I've got the torch still. Since the Holy Mother said I can lead us safely through here, I will take the lead and go through first.
Alright.
Do I choose when to use the travel roll advantage from the thing, or what?
You do, yeah.
Okay.
You would, because you would see me roll it on the table and say, ooh. Because if you saw 6 or higher, you know you'd want to re-roll it. If you saw a 1, you're like, yeah, I'll leave that alone. Anything below 6 is nothing bad happens.
Okay.
Unless there's something already bad in there.
Yep.
But that's not a travelable thing. That's just the room being dangerous.
Right. So we just get to re-roll the die and keep the new result. Got it.
Yep.
You see that you this area starts to descend in a long curving stairway, except the stair steps are as big as these. Like they're massive plateaus.
Right.
That circle
How far
down
down
and
is
down.
each ledge? Do we have to navigate getting down them, or can we just hop down?
You're able to hop down. It's notable that you would have to hop from one edge to the other. There's a thunk when you jump, but it's not enough to hurt you or anything.
Okay. But
See,
I mean, I'm
that-
also concerned for my companions. They probably can't hop like I can.
Yeah.
The trick to this will be if we're running away from something and have to go back
They'll
up
have
the
to
stairs.
climb, right? Like maybe we should produce a rope and attach it to something and have a guideline ready. But I don't think we're gonna have to be running anything. So
You notice that there is a gap further that way. You can see a step, but it's not connected to each other. It's like something must have shattered between them, and now there's
Okay.
a gap where there shouldn't be a gap.
all right, well, I will back up against the wall and get a running start and haul myself across as far as I can.
Might's
I
part of
make
it.
a leap of faith. I'm sorry, what?
Might's part of it.
Great. Well,
Heal.
I would like to use my insight as the other side of it by trying to sort of guess where I think the other side should be
Mm-hmm.
when I launch across. Is that
And you
fine?
have the torch, right?
Yes.
Yep.
You get +1 to your roll because I'll make it easier to see it.
Okay, good. Oh,
there it is.
no. Wow.
Oh no.
Well, on the plus side,
Here we go.
you get a Fabula point.
Yeah.
Can I roll to catch them? Like dive over the edge to grab their leg or something?
I guess we'll see. Let's hear what happens. This is exciting for sure.
Yeah. You know what? Let's make that part of the critical fail. Aether
Oh no.
gets a running jump and then is so focused on where she wants to go, she half forgets about the edge that she's jumping off of, and just that sort of Japanese game show moment of, oops, put your foot wrong, and then
Off the edge, right.
your whole body just pitches forward off the edge. And Alexander, Aether is about to plummet into the darkness. You can try to catch her. If you fail, you're falling after her.
Cool.
Aether, you can totally assist, because I imagine you want to be caught.
Yes, I would like to assist.
Might's part of it.
Why might again? Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to roll the same thing.
Can I try to assist as well?
You can, yep.
I'm gonna do might.
Nope. I can't even help save myself.
Pretty please. Hey, any bonuses?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm going to try to
Oh no. I am re-rolling that.
endure.
Spending the Fabula to
Right.
re-roll that.
To what trait?
I am not helpful.
Guardian of the Countless Realms.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, can I roll both?
You can reroll both or one. It's up to you.
Re-rolling both, because neither of those were very high numbers. Come on. Ooh,
Hooray!
much better.
An opportunity is
Yay.
created.
You get an opportunity.
Hooray! I'm gonna go pull up the thing and look at. Oh, there we
Hooray.
go.
That one I have a
So
handout
in a
for,
ra-
because I knew it would come up
In a
all the time.
roundabout way, my critical failure was helpful.
It got you a fabula and an opportunity occurred.
Yay!
Huh? There you go.
Don't forget the value of turning back clocks somewhere if you don't have anything else you want to do with it.
Yeah, I might do information.
Yeah, I feel like information, like, it would be very fitting. Like,
Yeah.
you almost fall over the edge, but now that you look over the edge, oh, there's something useful.
You can learn something. It's
Hanging out the
possible.
side. Oh, hey, I recognize that rune. That says there's a gap here. Well, obviously not that, because it has to be something useful, but... Yeah, I'm going to do information. Useful clue or detail, please, Corby.
Certainly. We're going to change to my camera because I have to look at something.
Fantastic.
Hello. Certain notes I have in here that I don't even want on stream, because I want even the people watching to not know what I'm looking at.
Oh, you want an audience plot twist, too. Fancy.
Well, you guys all saw it first. The rabbit girl just tried to hurl herself into the darkness and completely flubbed a
Are
jump.
we sure she's not part lemming?
Yeah.
They don't do that, darn
You
you.
can't be sure. Yeah, you can never be entirely sure.
Never be too sure.
Into
jump.
the void upon which you stare, past your friend, deep and beyond to fathomless depths, into the great entropy of this existence and beyond, you find an enlightenment rushing back to you, because you are yourself an entropist. So it's not the entropic end and abyss is a source of power, not a source of fear for you. So you're able to see the pattern in ends. And in that end, I ask of you, if you wish to know that which would hurt you, that which would hurt you in moments of triumph, or that which would hinder you, or that which would ease your path.
Goodness. So many choices.
4.
Let's do that which would harm me in the moment of triumph.
That which would harm you in the moment of triumph would strike you rather fiercely with the power of darkness. And if you find yourself dazed or shaken, your will will be robbed of you. Or of your friends.
Ah, cool. So a very powerful dark thing with status effects. Love that.
And you pull Aether out.
We need to be very careful ahead.
You don't have to tell me twice. I'm staring over with my torch in my hand, just huffing and puffing. My short life flashing before my eyes.
Well, yeah, Zach, but also...
Maybe you should just throw me across, Alexander.
That might go better. There is a very dark and... How do I say this in character? There's a very dark power here that will seek to diminish us. Try not to get hit. By whatever evades.
So in other words, try not to die?
Well, yes, but not getting hit is the first step to not dying.
Wisdom of the Dark Knights, everybody. Shut up, Bibius. Not helping.
I was more or less agreeing with Vivius that time. Okay.
All right, where's the stupid stare? I'm gonna yeet Aether.
Might is part of it. Aether, you can assist, I guess.
I will definitely assist.
You know what? We're gonna do might. The old yeet.
Fumble. Just
On
yeet
my
into the
end,
darkness.
On my end, can I argue Dex Insight because I'm just trying to like hydroplane my body to make it easier for him to throw me? Like make a disc of myself?
I'm thinking. Give me a moment. For the assist, I'll allow it. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it would only be 1 point one way or the other.
Yep. All right.
Nope, don't help.
All right. Here we go. Any bonuses?
No.
Or modifiers? Not even with the torch? Like, did we see where it... Oh, wait, no, we didn't see where it was because Aether just Looney Tunes off the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Boop.
Well, it's not a critical fumble, so.
Yep.
And there's a moment, Aether, of panic of, oh no, there's nothing over. Dunk. No, yeah, there's something there.
Okay, good. Can they see me from the lit up torch over there where I am? So
Yeah,
they can
like,
maybe
how far
cross
away
me
is this
now?
thing?
Okay, good. The gap was not that far after all. It was far enough for me to fall into it.
All right.
That should be. Oh no, you need a roll there, Alexander. That is not.
Oh,
easy
you need to
help.
roll to jump across that gap?
Oh
It's
yeah.
deceptively small.
Yeah,
It
it's
only
it's pretty
seems
easy
that
to jump,
way.
but you can't biff it.
All right. Well, gonna do the same thing.
It's a
The old
stressful,
yeet.
dangerous situation. Even if it's not far, you could slip. Right.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could always
yeah.
fumble.
All right. Well, now that we can see where it is, do we have any sort of modifier now?
You have +1 because the torchbearer is over there, and also the difficulty number is lower because you know where to jump. Because you could have part of the higher diff was the fact that you didn't know how far you needed to jump.
Right. That's fair.
And I'll
Hey,
try
critical
to
success.
I'll try to jump there as well.
You'll want to hold because an opportunity is happening
Yes.
again.
I will hold.
Ow.
4. How confident are you in jumping the gap?
Not.
You have advantage now. Congratulations.
Yeah, +4 to your roll.
Oh, nice.
As you see Alexander do it, and you kind of get a. Okay, so I should jump like that. Sure, you don't have legs like tree trunks, but you know the technique is the same.
Also, Alexander will be like narratively, like getting ready to like grab them and help them across.
God damn.
Hey.
Now watch Lucius flub it too.
All right, Lucius. Just a little hop, skip, and a jump.
I believe the poor soul's BRB'd at the moment.
Oh no.
Yep, PBRB. Should we just call a short break and everybody grab water and come right back?
Let me check time. Yeah, we'll do a quick break. So, we'll be back, everyone. Don't go too far.
I can't believe.
I have returned.
So I
Welcome
need to-
back.
So I need to make a might roll of some variety.
Yes, to jump the gap.
Well, the nice
+1
thing
to the
about it is-
roll because there's a torchbearer over there.
Right.
Yep.
The nice thing about it is if you make it across, you're so confident your men will make it with you.
Yeah.
Watch, man. It's easy, just like this.
Okay, gonna look for the best place to gonna look for the best place to jump.
Across the gap.
Yep.
It would be that way.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
You're fine.
Well, that was a 1 on the D10.
Oof. All right. Well.
I take the lead again.
Yeah.
But
Onward
now
and
I'm
onward.
walking side by side with Alexander with the light.
Da-do.
Oh no, he's rolling again.
You're traveling.
Right. If it's a 6 or higher, I can force a reroll.
Yup.
Oh boy. What are we looking at here?
Huh.
I don't even know what that is.
Oops, wrong button. This button.
Are those dead skeletons supposed to be on this layer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's comforting.
What is it we're looking at exactly?
Numbers.
Oh. We see the numbers.
Yeah, you see a great. It looks like it's like you're standing on a great acrylic plane, except there's marking. There's a bunch of skeletons scattered on the floor and markings drawn upon the glass. Well, the surface.
So it's like a giant game board or something.
Mm.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Well, one of them means a 1, one of them means an 8, one of them means a 4. I think that one's a 5 over there. Sorry.
Ha.
Taking your question too literally. Don't look at me. I've never played a game in my life.
All right. Well, I suppose we better step down onto the big scary floor and see what happens.
That might activate something.
Yes, that's why I'm the one who did it.
Okay. I hand you the torch before you jump down.
He's humming happily, guys.
No, I'll just come with you.
We're all gonna die.
Someday.
This is true.
I will follow along.
I'd like to investigate the skeletons.
Mm.
Mostly to make sure they're not getting up.
Insight is part of the problem.
Insight is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing double insight then.
Well, double insight to you.
Does my torch give me the +1?
It would, yep.
Yay. 12.
Those are skeletons. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's like, well, that's a 4 and that's a 5, and I think that one's an 8, right?
Looking upon the skeleton, it does look very much like the skeleton that you guys felled before. However, upon closer examination and under the torchlight, it kind of dawns on you that it's mirrored. Like he was laying on his left hip in one side, but it looks like he's kind of turned around, like he's in reflection.
All right, I'll point that out. Are all of them a reflection of the ones we defeated before then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll point that out to everybody.
Interesting.
I wonder if that means that everything here is a reflection of something in the real world.
Possible.
It seems likely that these markings represent a reflection of something somewhere in the real world.
Okay, so what is there anything else in the room, Corby? Like there's skeleton corpses. What are these things?
Insight's part of it.
Of course. Okay. You know what? We'll do insight. Any
Can I
modifiers?
help since I have the torch? Like walk closer with the torch and light it up for him?
+1.
Okay.
Hooray.
Can I
Boop.
help?
You certainly can.
Okay, I will do so. Yep. Got a +1 for me.
Which one do you look at first?
Yeah, I'll
You
go and light up whichever one you want. Just tell me.
know what? Let's start with the near one. Number 6.
Okay.
You think for a second. 6. Are things that are called 6? 6th of something.
I think I've got it. These are the positions of the mirrors in the dungeon. Remember how we moved one of them? This one's in the position where we had moved that one mirror.
And that, upon that statement, it crystallizes. That is exactly correct. It's a
Okay,
shadow
so
of the
this mirror-
information you once knew. Or you knew. Or
Right.
you know.
I think all of these are the mirrors, including ones we may not have even found, since we only found 5 or 6 of them. Did we ever find all 8? I don't know if we did. Didn't we just find one for each of us, basically?
Indeed.
Basically, yeah.
Then there are more than we found.
Or perhaps there were.
Right. Like I noticed not all numbers are represented. There's no number 2 or 3 here. We have 6, 1, 8, 4, and 5. So there's no 2 or 3. And there's no 7.
Is that humming diegetic?
Yeah, that's Corby. Corby is humming.
No, I know he's humming, but
He's
it's
saying, can we hear it in the game world?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you wanted to know if Lucius could hear that?
yeah. Is
Yeah.
that
Humming?
humming?
Willpower is
actually
part of the problem.
Oh
God,
boy.
Oh god.
Means something. All right.
willpower. I freaking
Old trick, but it works.
I hate this.
Thanks. I hate it.
A simple
Yeah,
spell,
thanks,
quite
I hate
useful.
Oh, I suppose.
Get out of here.
Hey.
You rolled a d8 and a d10? Okay.
Yep.
I rolled a d8 and a d10. You can hear it, but it's coming from beyond the void. And you almost feel yourself wanting to walk off this plane and off into the abyss. And then you just kind of and then you realize that's a stupid idea. I shouldn't do that.
Oh my.
Ah,
It almost sounds like circus music.
Duncan, you can give me a willpower.
Oh no.
Dang it.
Although, with that in mind, if Lucius starts to see more Duncan starting to wander off in that direction,
You can
he-
assist,
he's
yeah,
gonna-
because you're
yeah,
aware of the danger. Did you roll there? Willpower.
11?
D10, D10. Okay.
I do not assist.
Can I roll a Fabula
To what trait?
to to the trait of my ambition? I'll hardly make a name for myself if I end up dying here.
I'll take that from you.
Hooray. I'll re-roll one of the 2.
You roll the 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good gosh.
Uh-huh.
Can I spend another Fabula on that?
Oh my gosh.
You certainly can. Give me that.
Here we go.
I think you have to name another trait though.
I
Yeah.
think you can just use the
Do
same
you?
one.
Yeah.
Where does it say that?
There's no limit to the number that you spend, but you have to name a new trait each time.
Oh.
That's your limit. Once you're out of
Oh.
traits, you can't keep rolling, right?
That makes sense.
Can't keep
In
running
this
Fabula.
case, I will name the trait of my origin. I am from a very hard land, so it'll take more than a little bit of darkness to end me.
I'll take
That's
that
what they all
from
think.
you. Yeah,
I mean,
did.
It's all yours.
Still better.
better. An improvement, even.
Can I help? I feel like she needs help.
You haven't suffered what she's suffering yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Well,
is
I am
that-
holding the torch though.
Yeah, but you're over by me.
Yep.
Okay.
And the
We're,
light
we're,
is
we're looking at the pretty circles on the floor.
yeah. The light isn't what the isn't the problem. Though worth pointing out because that could have been a if it was related to it that would have kicked in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I don't see my other trait, my identity, helping much. Sadly.
Well, that's that.
Well, I mean, you still have like a 12. That's not a bad roll, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough. Corby rolled a 13.
I see.
Oh no.
Okay. Well,
Is Mordorkin about to shuffle off this mortal coil?
Oh, no. I don't think it's that bad.
Could you point out the page number where you saw that? Because I'm looking at invoking a trait to reroll dice. It doesn't. It seems to.
Maybe.
It asks for multiple Fabula points, but not different traits.
Okay, well, I may have been thinking of the wrong thing. What page were you reading that on just now? I'll
Page
look at it
46.
again. 46.
48,
Thank you.
46.
48. I may have seen it under a different section and misconstrued the two.
May do so any number of times as part of the same invocation, but each new roll or one or both dice will cost another Fabula. You cannot invoke a trait if your character fumbled the check. Describe actions in a way that's coherent with their identity, origin, or theme, if they want to spend. Basically, you shouldn't do this when it feels forced. But then again, you as player have final say on how.
Yeah, I guess
when.
it doesn't say anything about there being a limit, but I could have sworn I remember reading somewhere about when you use a trait for a particular task, then that's it. You use that trait. Because you've said that before, right?
I don't believe so. You can, as long as you're
Okay,
able to,
well,
as
then I
long as you're
guess
able, it's Fabula points that is the limiter, really.
All right, well then I guess I'm totally wrong, and you can do it as much as you need to. My bad. Thought I was helping. I was wrong. Forgive me.
Okay, well, if you want to spend that third,
I will. God damn it. Fine.
hey, more.
Holy
Take,
free-holies.
take mine.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Statistically, if you roll it enough, you have to get a better number.
Temzik, you'll have to throw it on the board. I
Hey.
can't grab it.
Technically, that's not how probability works, but I'm glad it worked this time.
Tick.
Jeez.
So I rolled 8 and 5, which is 13. You rolled 9 and 7.
Which is 12. No, not
16.
9 and 12.
16.
9 and 12. I heard 5. I heard
No,
5.
Jeez.
I did roll a 5, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you have higher than me. So yeah, more. You kind of have that moment.
And Lucius just kind of gives you a shake. No, 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 no.
What are you two doing over there? Why are you near the edge?
Are you okay, Moore? You look a little spacey there.
I'm okay now. I think.
What happened? What caused her to space out? What did I see?
Yeah, but
You saw her kind of look toward an edge and then just kind of shake her head. Well, actually, she started looking at an edge. Lucius just strode over to her quickly and shook her, and she kind of woke out of whatever daze she was doing.
Alexander, you can do your dispellation magic that can allow you to avoid harmful effects.
well, kind of. I have to be experiencing the magical effect, and then I can end it. It's not preemptive. Why do you ask?
There's something over there, and I'm afraid that if I give you too much information about it, it might trigger it.
When
Well,
you say over there, what are you referring to?
He just sort of motions generally in the out there direction.
Right, but like towards the 1, the 8, the 4, the 5, beyond them.
I
toward the
think it
edge of
was
the
over
cliff.
here.
Okay. Off to the
Something
west somewhere.
over there is doing something? Is that what you were
Yes, and
trying?
it almost pulled more Duncan and I out there.
How?
Well, I'm
Was
going
it-
to go shine the torchlight over there so we can see it better.
Oh, god damn it.
What is that noise?
You
Oh,
can give me
no.
willpower now.
Sorry.
Oh,
Driving me nuts. Do I get a +1 from the torch?
no. Seeing the sound doesn't help you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if you can see sound,
that just roll?
you might have other problems.
Yeah,
Oh, there it goes.
That's your roll.
Nah, it's a roll, all right. Wow.
Oh no.
I would like to spend a Fabula point towards the trait of
Not
my
dying.
theme of my theme of belonging. I belong here with these people.
Yeah, especially given what the priestess said earlier.
Yep.
Take that from you.
And
Cool.
I'm just going to re-roll the D10 because the other.
Wait,
one's pretty
actually,
good
before
at
you roll, I might roll worse than you. Hold on.
it. Okay, well, it's possible. You did actually. No, you didn't.
Ten.
But I mean, I can re-roll my D10 now and keep the 5, right?
if you
Yes.
want. Yep.
Okay, then I'll just do that. Ah, good.
Yes.
You shine
gives me
down.
more.
You think, "What the heck is that mute?" And then that's where you suddenly start feeling yourself pulled, and you're able to stop yourself from doing the really silly action. But I will tell you, when you look down, it's just the eternal void below you. There's nothing down there. But
So it's
that's
like
where the
a
sound is
siren
coming
call?
from.
Like a siren call to like lure people they're doing.
Yeah. It's,
Yep.
and it's coming from, you notice that he kind of had it misaccurate. It's everywhere below you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come back with that information and say try not to listen to it or pay too much attention to it because it's going to try to capture your
Listen to what?
attention and make you go after it.
I don't understand. What am I not supposed to be listening to?
That strange and annoying humming.
And Lucius just goes, no!
But I don't hear anything. Are you sure you're not all hearing something?
I remember that the number 1 mirror is the one where 7 met her double, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Do we remember which one I met mine in? Is it 8?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was at the 8. You went last, so you were at the 8.
I recall correctly, I was
You were at
close
the
to last.
4.
I think I was 4.
Oh, yeah, you were at the 4. I know mine was
Okay.
the 6 because it's the one that we yanked off the wall.
And mine
Right.
was 5 because I stepped out of it and everyone went, "Oh my gosh!"
I'm
I will
thinking we
try-
should each interact with our own mirror. Yeah.
I will try to touch mine.
Yeah, what
I've
happens
got to
when I
touch
poke it?
mine.
More you see me fail at using computers. Don't worry, there's no mind damage. That's just, sharing that information with you. Will make no sense to more, but will make sense to you.
More? There's some person poking a plank of wood?
As you touch to the glass, as it were, you see an intricate depiction of interconnected Earth, sky, and stars forming a cosmic flow. At 6, you see various silhouettes, including children and elderly figures, standing united with diverse weapons.
Okay.
At 8, you see an ancient tome opening to reveal hidden knowledge, surrounded by budding vines and a sprouting tree.
Huh.
Interesting. Hey, what's at 6? Or 5, sorry.
You go to look at 5?
Mhm.
Poof, you disappear.
Wait, what?
Remember, that's how you joined us, too.
Uh-huh.
I'll stop humming now because the only valid target isn't here anymore.
Where am I?
Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Well, like, what do I see?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I feel like I should worry about it.
I feel like I should go investigate that spot with my torch. When he goes, woof, he's gone. And the humming noise went away.
Well, the humming's still there. It's the GM who's stopping.
Okay. Well, when he disappears, I will rush over there with my torch. Whoa. I didn't get to go in it, but okay.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
as you run over to it, you look at the... Aether's gone.
Oh my gosh, it disappears.
Lucius will run after.
It's the Black Beast of Love!
Poof.
I really hope Mora saw us do this, otherwise she's gonna be very confused.
I will try to follow. Hello?
And they were never heard from again. The end. I hope that's not true.
Actually, no, that... Leave that. Oh, no, I know why. This... Well, not that spot.
It leads to an orb of annihilation.
My first
Oh,
name isn't
boy.
Gary.
Oh.
You step through a door. You see an altar with something sitting upon it. The room lit in a way in that ultraviolet light that is, I imagine, somewhat comforting compared to the eternal darkness and pit. You see the rough flooring, the pillars, and the doorway from which you all step through.
Lord, I'd have needed to move my screen to even see that you had a new area open for us to see. I sat there looking at nothing for a few moments. Wow.
Felsa. Hey, does that altar look familiar by any chance?
It looks like a reliquary.
We found it, everybody.
I
I'll
will-
bang you across the shoulder as high as I can reach, which is probably a little lower than your shoulder. somewhere on your mid back. I'll bang you on the back like I'm trying to clap you on the shoulder and say, Your idiotic headlong step into the void worked out, Alexander. Good job.
I will
Wow,
take
that
that
was
as a compliment.
That was a Lucius compliment.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then Alexander will approach the reliquary.
As he does, Lucius is looking around this room. Does this room seem at all like too good to be true, like a false tomb sort of deal?
You see a strange glove on the floor in the far corner. Strange set of gloves. But otherwise, that you get for free no matter what your roll gives you. Insight is part of it.
Huh? I will roll insight.
So glad you guys stopped me from humming. That was hurting.
You
Were
could
you
have
getting tired
stopped
of
at
it?
any
Sorry.
time you liked.
No, I must commit to the bit.
He's committed to the bit. Very good.
Wow.
Inhaling
That's a
water is not advised, everybody. Just thought I'd warn you.
That's
got
an
it.
18, my guy.
God almighty. Right. You look about this room. You listen. You feel. For one, you are quite certain you're no longer in that other place, the place between mirrors. You are quite certain that you have passed through the Chamber of Discordant Whispers, and you stand in the presence of the Enigma's embrace.
See,
Where we're to. Yes.
this place is real, in the material sense of the word. It would appear that we have passed through the mirror darkly.
I think that's the only kind of mirrors that exist here. I'll walk with Alexander with my torch held high as we approach the reliquary. Like, I won't take the lead, but as he moves up, I go with him and take the torch.
Yep.
So he's
You see
not
settled
alone.
upon the altar a crystalline device, a lens about a couple hands across. You see through the lens as it sits there, kind of. It's situated like lens up, like it's like you're meant to look through it. You see that although you're in a lit space, through it, it's darkness. Like you're looking into a dark room through the lens.
Interesting. And the lens is
Lucius
pointing
will pick
toward
up the...
toward the reliquary, or toward the floor in front of the reliquary.
Yeah.
Oh, you grab that. Oh, those gloves. I'll tell you what those gloves are.
Oh,
Do they look like the gloves that Seven had?
No, they're different, actually.
They're different.
Mm-hmm.
ooh.
I'm just getting all the goodies tonight.
Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Oh, it's those ones. Oh, that's why I'm looking at the wrong. It's my mistake.
Whoopsie doodle.
Pretty easy to do with these books.
You find what appear to be some rough gloves. They grant immunity to weak status.
Okay.
That might
I'll
be good
hold
for
on.
someone strong.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Lucius will hold on to these for a moment, and wait for an opportunity to give them to Eckhard.
Okay.
Oh wait, but you already have an accessory, don't you?
Can you only wear one accessory at a time?
Yes.
Yeah.
You only get one
Yeah.
accessory. What accessory do you have? I didn't know you had one.
The amulet.
I have that amulet.
Oh,
The
right,
darkness.
right. That's
The
true.
darkness resistance one.
But technically, that amulet could be used by anybody. These gloves are like really good for you. So
True.
I don't know.
We
Whatever.
We'll,
You can
we'll, we'll sort it out after.
pick. Sure.
I'll
right.
hold them for now.
Sounds good. Yeah. So the lens, Corby,
Mm-hmm.
is it pointing toward the ground, toward the
It is upright.
reliquary?
It's pointed like this way.
Okay.
So when you walked up, you saw through it when you walked up the step.
Okay. Alexander will gently touch the side of the reliquary.
And as you do so,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The peaceful music stopped, guys. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Horror the abyss.
whispers
No.
upon whispers upon whispers upon whispers, getting louder and louder and louder. The very darkness from every corner, hidden in the light, coalesces into one being.
Oh boy.
Oh!
And that will be where we stop for now, as hopefully
You
our
fucker.
train master will be saved by the priestess and flung out from the door of the chamber of discordant whispers. So,
Please.
oh, by the way, I am going to. What I'm going to do, that was introducing a villain, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your bonus for being out of Fabula first, and then give you the bonus of encountering the villain, because you don't really learn about it. This is more of a teaser of, aha, that's what you're going to run into next time. Because otherwise you're all going to start at 1, and that's kind of that feels like a cheap shot. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Fair.
There's being unlucky in Fabula points, and there's me actively screwing with you. So
Get everybody at the end of the session, get everybody 1 Fabula point so you don't get 2 at the start of the next session. Wow. Yeah, that is hard.
it amounts to the same difference. I'm wrong. You only you get 1 if you start with nothing. So it'd be the same either way. You only get 2 if you've been zeroed out. So never mind. I'm worrying. Oh no, you wouldn't gain 1 at all because you have 1, so you wouldn't gain 1. Yeah, same difference.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, the way I'm doing it is the nicer way to do it, which I'd rather, because this is the final guardian.
Big boss, the big boss.
The big boss.
Boss room music begins.
If the choir starts singing in Latin, we're all doomed.
Oops, it's on the wrong layer.
Oh, they're singing. They are singing in the language of the church. I hope you're prepared to enter the Sea of Souls.
Counting up our XP now for all the Fabula points that we've been
We
spending.
spent so much Fabula.
I don't know if we spent enough to gain a level though.
We definitely
Well,
did.
Sure would have
it's-
been nice if we'd spent a little more.
I mean, leveling
Maybe
up.
we did. We're dividing it by 4, so maybe we did. I don't know.
That's 8, and that's an additional 2. I mean,
Yep.
you get at least 5 experience each session, no matter what. So
You do?
That's just for showing up, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well then.
So
Fitness
we-
Mission
we'll
original
level
then.
up.
Yeah.
it's just a question of how much
How far?
extra.
Right. How far are we to the next one after that? Sure.
But yeah, no. With all that said, I'm putting these out here, but yeah, they're getting experience. The big new guardian is found and met, and yeah, we shall see how they deal with the guardian next time. For all of you watching, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye,
Thanks for the
folks.
great
Bye.
game, Corby.
Great stuff.
Next time on the castle that would pierce the horizon.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Ah.
Next time
Curatorial.
on Dragon Ball Z, we spend another 3 episodes on the build-up
Screaming.
to the real fight that you want to see that we've already spent 7 episodes building up to.